Good morning. This is Greg Muni. We're about to begin our service today at the First Unitarian Church of Sioux City. Karen Mackey will be presiding, and I just invited her in, so we should see her shortly.
Okay.
All right, excellent. Here comes Karen. Welcome.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. Great. Well,
Greg, can you see me or hear me talking to you?
that'll have to work.
Okay, cool.
Okay, you're live, Karen.
Well, great. So we're having a few technical difficulties, so it's going to take a couple minutes.
No problem.
Hey, Greg,
Yeah,
do you want to invite Carrie on my login for the playing today?
can you repeat that, Terry? Carter,
So
can you?
I want Carrie to play, have him do it off of my login for Carter.
Okay, will do. I'm inviting you in now.
Do you have any idea why mine isn't working?
The mic, I wasn't going to mess
You couldn't get it up today or last week?
with it. Last week, I wasn't going to mess with it today for sake of time.
Okay.
So Carter, I invited you in. You have to accept the invitation. While we're waiting, I will read the 7 principles. We, the member congregations of the Unitarian Universalist Association, covenant to affirm and promote. Number 1, the inherent worth and dignity of every person. Number 2, justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. Number 3, acceptance of one another and encouragement to spiritual growth in our congregations. Number 4, a free and responsible search for truth and meaning. Number 5, the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process within our congregations and in society at large. Number 6, the goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all. And number 7, respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are part. Okay, Carter, you're live now, I believe.
Sure.
Are you ready?
Hey, do you want to shut your one off because it's going to give double mic on them? So shut your phone off. Yep.
You're going to play anything you want.
I can take Karen out if you want.
That would be great.
I just did.
You're going to play anything you want.
Okay.
Yeah. Play something freely, something in the middle, probably after I beg for money, before the sermon. And then, okay? And you walk up fine.
Okay. Short present. I really like Facebook.
Good morning. And welcome to the First Unitarian. Hold on a second.
So, Carter, can you check the,
Good morning and welcome to First Unitarian Church of Sioux City. My name is Karen Mackey. I am the lay leader this month. Welcome to this time to reflect and reconnect. We welcome people of all genders, all sexual orientations, all ability levels, from all faith backgrounds. We welcome you into this community of responsible, seeking and justice-centered living. You know, this was something you had to very intentionally do today. And so we thank you for that and we honor you for that. So, for the opening words, I have a reading from UU Reverend Dr. Cynthia Landrum, Apart but Together. Spirit of life and love, we gather together in different ways this morning, from computer screens, from telephones, from car radios. We gather, reaching out across the wires, waving from a safe distance to come together in religious community. From living room to front porch to car seat, we gather as we are able, ready to be of service to each other, to the world, ready to build the community of hope and of love. As we face this bright morning, we are apart, but we are together, offering our love, our commitment, our hope, and our prayers in service to one another and to this world. It is a new way, but an old way, that we come together to worship today. And so now we will do the chalice lighting. Please say with me. We gather this hour as people of faith with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning, in celebration of the life we share. Would you please play number 402 from You I Receive, and I promise I will not sing it. Thank you, Terry. I would like to add an additional bit of verse to our chalice lighting today. And this is from Unitarian Universalist Reverend Amy Carroll Webb. It's called The Sacred Unknowing. We light this flame for the art of sacred unknowing, humbled by all that we cannot fathom in this time. We come into the presence of what we do know, that love is now and forever the only answer to everything and everyone in this moment. So I'd like to start by lighting a candle for Jillian, who is out of the hospital and trying to heal. I would like to light another candle for healthcare workers who go every day to work, knowing it's very likely that they are going to get exposed to COVID-19, and yet they show up.
So we have several candles requests. Do you want me to read them, Karen, or does Carter want to read them?
If you could read them, Greg, that would be great.
Okay. So Jeannie wants to light 2 candles. First, a candle of joy for Kathy McKnight because she's happily spending her time outdoors in much the way she was before COVID-19. She asks that I say hello to everyone. The second candle is also of joy because after coffee hour, Susan, Pete, and possibly Don and I, meaning Jeannie, are getting together via phone to play our second game of social distancing, Scrabble, using our own tiles and boards. It's a fun way for us to do something we normally enjoy in person. Okay, next we have a candle from Shannon. Please light a candle for 4 friends, one of them a student of mine, in the ICU, currently fighting COVID. And Amber has 2 candles. First, for all parents, especially single ones, struggling due to COVID. Second, one for her grandma, praying that she stays safe as Sac County now has positive cases. Next, from Rita, a candle of gratitude that sometimes living in a small, isolated, rural community has its advantages. And from Casey, good morning. Please light a candle for a friend and myself and children struggling from a tragic event.
I would like to light a candle for all those who are struggling with this time that we are currently facing.
Okay, we have another one from Lillian Blackwell. Good morning, everyone. Please light a candle of joy as it seems like my ankle is getting a little bit better every day. A shout out to my best friends for getting me through one of the most difficult times of my life. And this is Greg. I'd like to have you light a candle for all the people working in the meat packing plants that are facing really fight. Some of them are fighting for their lives, on getting the support they need. And I also want to light a candle for my daughter Gladys, who works at Walmart and is now out sick, and I don't know if she may have the virus because I haven't been able to get in touch with her. She lives in Sioux Falls.
Are there any other candles that anyone would like us to light today?
Okay, I have one more from Casey Weidler. Could you also light a candle for all dealing with mental health issues, addiction, and abuse during this time?
And now I will light one final candle for all the joys and sorrows that go unspoken, but that may remain in the silent sanctuary of hearts. And now we will have a moment of silence. May it be. So now is the time when I put in a shameless plug for the church. We need your offerings, even though we are not meeting in person. It is very important that we continue to take care of our church and take care of people in the community. So remember, when you send in your offering for the church, write a second check for a few extra dollars, because we still need our money in Change for Change. We have many people in this community who are struggling. They are struggling to find toilet paper. They are struggling to get food, to put gas in their cars. This is a very difficult time. And so we need you to continue to remember the church, not just in your thoughts, but when you're writing checks. Could I have you play a song, please, Terry? Thank you very much, Terry. A few weeks ago, it was around Easter, Mary Day. Mary does not like it when I call her sister, although my Episcopalian upbringing and 2 years at Radcliffe University make it nearly impossible for me not to refer to her as Sister Mary Day, sent me an article entitled Internet Easter. The article was about Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, a Jesuit priest. He was an interesting guy. He served as a stretcher bearer in World War I. He trained as a paleontologist and even took part in the discovery of Peking man. He believed in evolution and wrote books, lots of books, including The Human Phenomenon, which the church forbade him from publishing. His ideas were considered dangerous by the church. Teilhard died in New York City in 1955. And in true oppositional defiant fashion, when it comes to the Roman Catholic Church at least, the Episcopal Church of the USA has honored Teilhard with a feast day, which is April 10th. So what does that have to do with us today? Teilhard recognized the importance of bringing the church into the modern world. He believed that evolution was an unyielding process towards greater complexity and consciousness. He viewed the rise of computer technology as a part of nature's evolving wholeness. He would be amazed to see what computers can do today, in fact. He believed that our ability to unite with others and expand human consciousness would be enhanced by computer technology. He posited that the rise of the computer would bring a renewed sense of religion, one that embraces the earth as a place for the divine. I use computers constantly. In this age of Trump, I thought of social media as something that did little more than divide us. Then came COVID-19. It still divides us, but it does so much more. Social media helps us maintain our human connections. This morning, I woke up to the constant pinging of my phone as friends talked in group chat, playfully laughing that they would likely wake me up. They were right. They did, and it was wonderful. A friend that I had not seen in 2 months was the leader of the pack. Oh, Penny. Church is also different for us now. There's no sitting in your specific pew, unless, of course, some blasphemer took your seat before you. No smiling through Ralphie's candle lighting. No scrambling to write your check or find your change for change, even though it comes at the very same time in the service every Sunday. No singing the kids out, and sadly, no coffee hour. No, it is different. While you made a conscious choice to attend when you could be physically in church, I would argue that you make an even more conscious choice to attend today. You could be watching MSNBC. Going to a physical church is somewhat mechanical. This is not. This is intentional. You made a choice to be present. Let me step outside on the creaking branch in the UU world and talk briefly about the sacred. Church is considered sacred space. Church is everywhere now. Everything is sacred. Now we are in the midst of a pandemic, and the internet is pushing us toward a new planetary community, sharing our fears and hopes online, joining in a common concern for our future. It causes us to remember that everything is sacred. So one of the things that I'm trying today, and likely I will do it every Sunday this month, is play a Unitarian song. So the one I want to play today is Holy Now by Peter Mayer. You may not know that song, but we sing Blue Boat Home regularly. So let's do this.
When I was a boy each week, on Sunday we would go to church, pay attention to the priest, and he would read the holy word, and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is, everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two. Jesus made the water wine, and I remember feeling sad. Miracles don't happen still. Now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. let's hear it all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was rare at best, barely wet my fingertips. But now I have to hold my breath like I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second rate hand me down. But I walk with the reverend there, 'cause everything is holy now. Questioning child's face, say it's not a testament. That'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come. Say it's not a sacrament. I tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood, I saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush and singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. Everything is holy now. It used to be a world half there, heaven's second rate hand me down. But I walk it with a reverend air, 'cause everything is holy.
I would like to finish up with a reading. Entitled "The Church Has Left the Building," and it is by UU Reverend Margaret Weiss. The church is not a place, it is a people. The church is not only a steeple, but the tree line, streets, and cars. Rather, it is a people proclaiming to the world that we are here for the work of healing and of justice. The church is not walls built on stone upon stone, held together by mortar, but rather person linked with person, linked with person, all ages, all genders, and all abilities. A community built on the foundation of reason, faith, and love. The church is not just a set of doors open on Sunday morning, but the commitment day after day and moment after moment of our hearts creaking open the doors of welcome to the possibility of new experience and radical welcome. The church is not simply a building, a steeple, a pew. The church is the gathering together of all people and experiences, and fear and love and hope in our resilient hearts, gathering however we can to say to the world, welcome, come in, lay down your heartache, and pick up hope and love. For the church is us, each and every one of us together, a beacon of hope to this world that so sorely needs it. So as we go our separate ways out into this crazy world, be sure to wet more than your fingertips. Jerry? And now, in preparation for us going out into the world, we'll extinguish the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These remain in our hearts until we are together again. Blessed be, and a happy Beltane, which was the first. Thank you for participating today.
So, Karen, there's a request for announcements.
Oh, yes, we have announcements. That would be great.
So, Shannon, do you want to come in and make an announcement, or I'll invite you in? So Shannon is coming in. She's going to make an announcement.
Okay.
So while we're waiting, if anybody else has an announcement, you can write it on the chat thing, and I will. Okay, here's one. Oh, this is Shannon. I guess she doesn't want to come in. So here's Shannon's announcement. She says our family is wanting to adopt a dog. Very difficult to find one. Please keep your ears open and call me with any leads. And she put her phone number on the chat. You can look at it if you want. Are there any other?
Announcements. Okay.
Terry, do you want to play a postlude?
to make an announcement about Doug having plants out here for people that don't know.
Sure. So another announcement that we did not mention is that Doug has plants out in front of the church. If people want to swing by and pick some up today, that would be great. And I think that will be all today.
Okay, I want to invite everyone to join us for Zoom virtual coffee immediately after the service. And I've posted the ID number and the password, and also a link. If you want to follow a link, you can do it either way. If you decide to go with the typing in your own ID and password, you need to download the Zoom Cloud Meeting app. I'll actually read. I posted it on the chat, but I'll also read it for you in case you don't have access to it. So the ID number is 777-4690-4451, and the password is 091018. Okay, thank you everyone for attending. I'm going to end the broadcast now.